just before then, oh, maybe in the late 80s, my daughter was in a class, my daughter Debbie, the youngest, was in a high school class at Highland Park High School with Geoff Perry and other Gary Sinise, who would go on to be founding members of the Steppenwolf Theater Company. Debbie and Gary starred in the senior play, Look Back in Anger. Just 3 characters, and they were the couple, main characters. And I knew when I saw that show that Gary was supremely talented. Debbie was as talented, but she didn't choose theater as a career. At the end of the school year, the teacher, Barbara Patterson, who treated these kids like they were her children, always had a barbecue in her backyard for the cast and the crew. And the parents brought a covered dish. I happened to be sitting on a bench right next to Mr. and Mrs. Sinise. And Mrs. Sinise is complaining about Gary. He did not do well in school. He didn't care about doing well in school. And she said he had so many incompletes that he wasn't going to get a diploma with his class. They were going to allow him to walk across the stage, but it would be a fake diploma. And he didn't want to go to college, and they wanted him to go to college, and he said, no, he wants to be an actor. And I said, oh, let him. Why not? I said, he's awfully good. And besides, this is the time where he should get out of his system. I said, what's he going to wait for? He'll wait until he has a wife and a baby and a mortgage, and then decide he wanted to be an actor? I said, this is the time, let him go ahead. Well, I'd like to say that I was the influence in Gary Sinise's career, but I know that wouldn't be fair. I knew at the time when I watched them in their first ventures in Highland Park, it was in the basement of a Catholic church, that they were going to go someplace. They were already choosing the kind of material that was sensational. They were wonderful actors. When they were downstate in college, they found, they added to their group John Malkovich and Laurie Metcalf. Not bad acquisitions. And they lived so on the edge of poverty. They really were in poverty. They would job out. I remember being in a show with Alan Wilder. He felt guilty because he was making a salary and all his colleagues were working. They couldn't even afford food and beds. I think that's why they all slept with each other.